I've got
Wonderful.
some lemon. Since, since I don't have Queen's dressing and I don't have a blender here, again, there's no excuse. You can make a salad taste delicious with whatever you have. I've got lemon. What I have here is one of my favorite tools. It's called a microplane. And I'm going to just get some of these zest, the
Oh,
lemon
I
zest,
love
which
those
has a,
micro leaves. They're just wonderful.
yeah, I know you
Mm.
love those. Ooh, now I'm don't be tasting it like that. Don't be tasting it like that, Queen.
Don't get
Uh-uh.
that excited. Okay, you know
No,
what? I'm
she
gonna go there.
didn't.
Greetings, my name is Queen Afua. I help people to live a healthy life in body, mind, and spirit. Welcome into the sacred circle, where you will find peace, inspiration, and practical tools for living a happy wellness lifestyle. So come inside and make yourself at home.
I have one question for you, my beloved. Art, I've watched you in the kitchen, in the nutrition kitchen, in the pharmacy, and one of the times you had your jacket, your professional white jacket for the master chef, and you were just working with your spice. You was in your own world, your culinary medicine, and you were just doing your thing. So look at that. She looked like she's creating an art project with food. And then she hands it to you with such grace and beauty and all of that, right? So I want you to go ahead and share with us how you connect to food as art. How do you even do that? What's your method?
Wow, that's such a good question. First of all, thank you, Queen, for having me. I love you. I appreciate you.
Love
And
you.
I'm so grateful to be sharing my gifts with all of you out there. And as far as me as a food artist, and what that really means to me, there's many components that come into play with that. For me, making food is my therapy. Like you were saying, keeping your heart as light as a feather and all of those things. But of course, the food contributes to that, right? But for me, it's not just about eating the food, it's about creating the food. There's something that happens to me in the kitchen, as I feel like it would happen to a painter on a canvas. I get in the kitchen and I think, wow, how can I make this look beautiful? How can I paint on my plate, which is my canvas? How can I create height and texture and make it pleasing to the eye, right? But then I go a little deeper and I say, okay, of course we're using organic ingredients. Those things are a part of the artistry because you want the person to feel alive, right? But the feeling place doesn't just come from the food. I believe that we are impacting the food just as much as the food is impacting
It's a
us.
oneness.
So
Yes.
yes, it's a oneness. So, before I get in the kitchen, I like to meditate. I like to do my breath, my breathing exercise. I do a Kriya every morning, that lasts about an hour long, which includes fire breath, which includes ujjayi breathing, which includes just
Okay.
basically washing my body with the breath, right? And then I got my singing bowl. I'm in Washington D.C. right now. As you know, I'm not home because you're at home. But normally I have my singing bowl, and I like to tune the food to a certain frequency, the heart chakra. So I'll come in and I'll play my singing bowl to each ingredient to raise the vibrational frequency of the food. And then I'm also aware that the words that I'm speaking, the music that is around the food, the thoughts that I'm thinking are impacting the food just as much as the food is impacting me. So I like to just that's why I call myself a culinary Reiki master, because there's energy coming out of my hands into the food. There's energy coming off of my being into the food, from the thoughts, from my words, all of these things. So that's very much a part of the artistry for me. And then
Amazing.
And then, of course, you know, we're Leos. We got to have the drama. We have to have the pizzazz. That's where you come out with the gorgeous plate and serve people at the highest level, like the kings and queens that they are, so they can remember their royalty, so they can remember how amazing they are, and that this food, this is prasad. This is food from the gods and for the gods.
Well, with the food, I am totally wrong with you. And then I'm feeling the frequencies. I said, oh, okay, all of that. All right, I love that. You don't just jump in the kitchen and just start hooking up and chopping and cutting and dicing and all that. You have to get your spirit right, get your spirit prepared. Because, you know, if somebody have bad vibes or they're confused and they start cooking the food, preparing the food, you're going to have some problems, right? So now, with food as medicine in the pharmacy, in the art of it, because I just feel everything what you're saying. Tell us some of the issues when you come into the food. They come in with these different problems. Give us some things you might put in the food to help resolve some of these health issues, these mental issues, these emotional issues. Give us some things that they can go home with and begin to hook
Absolutely. Absolutely. So what I like to say is that live food, you eat live food, then you become more alive, right? But if you're eating dead food, well, then you're going to be more of a vibrational match to that dead frequency.
What is dead food?
Dead food is processed food. It has no life. Dead food is animal products of all kinds. It's dead. It's not alive. Your pork, your beef, your chicken, your fish, your shrimp, all of that. Of all kinds. You know, so those are the dead foods that I'm speaking of. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that we're eating colorful foods. We want to eat foods for the chakras. We have 7 major energy centers in the body, as you, of course, know, Queen. And Queen is representing the throat chakra. So just say, for instance, you know what? You're feeling a little stifled in your throat chakra. You're not speaking your truth. You feel afraid to speak up for yourself. Okay, so good. That's good to know. You don't want to just hold that, because that's just, you're settling into that, to that lie, right? You're believing that lie that you can't speak up for yourself. But if you start eating your blueberries, first of all, you need to start drinking more water. Okay, you start eating your blue foods, your blueberries, your higher frequency foods, even your red onions. You know, actually some ginger would be good to open up your throat chakra, things that are warming for you. A lot of, right now, what I'm sipping on is a nice hibiscus tea with black seed and lemon. These things are not only activating my throat and opening it up and helping with my immune system, but it's also rooting me. It's also that any flower has an essence, as a beauty, and it sweetens you, it lightens you. And you were just speaking about having your heart be as light as a feather. Well, what does that? Let's just look at the plants. You know, of course, the greens, you want to eat mostly greens. Greens are going to oxygenate the cell, help you get more oxygen to your brain so you can think clearly, so you can realize, oh, that's not even the truth. You know what I mean? You're getting more oxygen to every cell in your body so that you can walk into life. You can step into life, into everything you're doing with this vibration, this balance, this strength, this fortified courage. So I would say lots of greens, lots of colorful fruits and vegetables that will enliven you. And again, we have the 7 major energy centers. So maybe you feel a little off balance in your foundation. So you want to eat red fruits and vegetables. You got to get your tomatoes. You want to get, you know, anything red, your red apples. There's so many different colorful fruits and vegetables that you can be activating.
Because, you know, you nourished yourself before presenting. And so your spiritual nourishment connects you to your physical nourishment, and all works together. So we're going to do a recipe today. We're going to bless them with a salad.
Okay, I just want to say that this is my favorite. Okay, I requested Queen make this salad dressing because it is my favorite.
Well, honey,
she can make me a gallon.
Right now, while you do that, I'm going to make the dressing. We kind of go back and forth with each other.
Yes.
I have your avocados. Okay, these are yours. Woo! And I'm going to pour this on your salad from a long distance. Watch the mystical life that we're living right now.
I am so excited. And I want to share with people that you can literally make a salad out of anything you have in your refrigerator. You know, like I didn't really go to the grocery store, but I had some kale, because you should always keep greens on stock, right? So even if you're like, oh, I don't have a lot in my refrigerator, you should at least have some greens. Greens go a long way. If you are like, oh, wow, I'm hungry. Okay, we'll make a salad. Salad is home for you, for everyone. So I've got some kale. I've got some shaved Brussels sprouts. I've got some alfalfa sprouts, some onion, some grapes, some peaches, some lemons, some tomato.
As you're making the salad, how often?
Every moment, literally, you can have a salad for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You know, honestly.
Wow, that's heavy.
You know what?
Yesterday, lunch and dinner, but you said you can even have it for breakfast. Okay.
I do a campaign called Breakfast. Salads for breakfast, where people do their salads for breakfast. So why not? Why not start your day with, of course, first of all, I tell them to drink your alkaline water, have your tea, have your green juice, right? And then why not have the first meal be a salad? You know, you get all these colorful fruits and vegetables in your body, and then have another one for lunch, and then have another one for dinner. You want a snack, girl? Get a salad. you know?
Absolutely. Well, while you're talking of salad and greens, I just put the avocados in. They're yours.
Woo! And I got
I'm going to put some red onions. Well, the avocados, I'm telling you, if you're constipated and your joints are hurting, take yourself 2 avocados a day. And that would just clear that up in a matter of the next 48 hours. I'm going to put a little red onion in there with it, okay?
Ooh, I got my red onion.
Yes, because that's going to break up that congestion. You have colds and allergies. It's the allergy season.
Yes, get the immune system popping.
You talked about the ginger. So I'm just going to drop a little ginger inside there.
Just pop it in.
So I'm going to put a little olive oil, cold pressed olive oil. Thank you very much. 2 cups. Woo,
yes.
I think I'm going to just drop a little lemon in there. Just a little lemon.
Come on, lemon. Let's go, lemon.
But I just feel like how you said, just a little.
You feel your lemon. Go ahead, lemon.
And then I saw you had left here some black cumin seed oil. I'm just going to put a little teaspoon of that in.
Come on, teaspoon of black cumin oil. Okay.
I'm there because
show off, queen.
This is your birthday season, honey. And
yes, birthday.
This is the sun time. Everything should be fully charged.
Yes.
How's your salad coming?
Oh, it's going great. So I just wanted to show them a trick on how to just hurry up and get the kale off of the stem. You just kind of slide your finger down like so. This one's being a little difficult, but you just, to get it off, it's actually a lot smoother. Let me see if I have another one. You just kind of slide it off like so. And that way you get the stem off. You get the leaves off of the stem, and you can juice these. These are not to be thrown away. They have a ton of nutrients in them. They're a good blood purifier, so you can juice these. You know, you don't really want to eat them. I don't like to put them in my salads because they're very bitter. But that doesn't mean you can't consume them. You can juice them, or you can even compost them. There's many things you can do with, your stems, and even like your onion skin. All of the things that you think you need to throw away, you actually can make cool things with it. So that's just that. I'm going to start cutting up. Let me lower this.
So while you're cutting, beloved, I'm going to blend this. I'm going to put a little Cajun in. I just love myself a Cajun.
Come on, Cajun.
Okay. And I'm now blend while you chop, dice, do what you do. I'm getting this dressing ready for your salad.
Yeah.
I have to put a little sea salt. Let me get a little sea salt in here.
Oh, I wish I was right there.
A little bit of sea salt.
Queen, this is my favorite. This is my favorite. I said, that's my favorite dressing. I wish I was right there. I'm gonna have to make some.
I spoiled you so much.
You did.
Every time you look at me,
you done spoiled me.
So I beg you for the dressing.
It's true, y'all. It's so delicious.
That looks like that's going to do some green healing for you, some rejuvenation. Your joints are going to be restored, okay? Arthritis, aches, and pains, no more, okay? No more, and beautiful skin. All of that together. It's a lot of salad and a dressing. How's your salad coming? Because I'm about to pour it.
Oh, come on. It's going great. I already have my onions. I got my shaved Brussels sprouts in here. We're just going to pop these in. And, yes, I'm going to actually chop up some cilantro, so I'm almost there.
Yum.
Ooh.
Woo! This is how it's, okay. Now I'm going to mix it in. Our salad.
That's okay. That is
one
like
salad for the whole planet.
Yes.
You're ready now.
I have some peaches here that I'm going to add.
They should go shopping today, shouldn't they? And just fill up the refrigerator with greens.
Yes, get your greens. I got some local peaches I got here in Washington, D.C. I'm going to add to my salad. I've got some Calavestrano olives, one of my favorites. So good. They're green olives, really, really good. I've got some lemon. Since I don't have Queen's dressing and I don't have a blender here, again, there's no excuse. You can make a salad taste delicious with whatever you have. I've got lemon. What I have here is one of my favorite tools. It's called a microplane. And I'm going to just get some of these zest, the lemon zest, which has a
leaves. They're just wonderful.
Yeah, I know you love those. Ooh, now I'm don't be tasting it like that. Don't be tasting it like that, Queen.
Don't get that excited. Okay, you know what?
No, she didn't.
I'm about to go there with you, honey.
Oh, with this. Oh, you know what? You showing off. No, you didn't bring the seaweed out.
Okay. This is how I was living yesterday. Okay. All right.
Queen, you know you ain't right for that.
I'm going to wrap it. It's a cute little, like you said, a cute little wrap.
A little wrap moment.
Now, I do have my makeup ones, but I'm going to have to take a bite of this.
Girl, just take it. Go ahead, Queen.
All
just
right,
take it.
Just take a bite for all of you. I feel good. I use it out good. So good. So good.
Yes, Queen.
That was
I just added some. For me,
I'm
adding a little sesame oil and grapeseed oil to mine, and one of my favorites, umi plum vinegar, just to catch up with you, because I need to be feeling just as good as you over there.
Go ahead, and catch up,
I'm massaging my kale.
After you finish that meal, we're going to dance.
Woo! So I like to massage my kale with my hands and just kind of get in there. Look at how beautiful that is. Again, there is no excuse. You eat your greens. Eat your greens. I have a little bit of sea salt here.
Okay.
I'm going to drizzle in a little onion and garlic powder, because why not? And just now I'm going to just massage that in so I can catch up with you, Queen. And what else do I got? Hold up. I got a little agave. I'm just going to add a smidge of that.
Just a little bit of that. Okay.
Just a smidge. And I got some grapes, but I'm going to eat that as my dessert. I got the grapes in honor of you, because I know how you like your grapes. Now let me see what it's hitting on.
How's it going?
Let me wash my hands. Let me wash my. Girl.
Do you feel a light heart upon your green? Is representing of the heart. You feel that light heart?
Yes. My heart is as light as a feather with this sound.
Wow. How do they keep up with you? Because I know you're doing detox program. I know you giving workshops. You're going to be teaching food preparation and certifying and charging people up with your teaching. And you have a few books. Could you call out your books? Call us what's happening next so people can continue the healing, because the healing continues. From the kitchen into the world. Go right ahead.
Well, I'm so grateful. Yeah, there's a lot coming up for me. We have a online culinary school that we're working on. Detox products. We've got culinary products. I'm starting my 21-day Eat Yourself Sexy journey, which you all can check out at www.queenofgreendetox.com. We'll be starting in about 5 days, so you should go ahead and join. It's going to be amazing. It's again a 21-day healing program where we eat life. We're not just we not only learn how to make beautiful vegan and raw foods, mostly raw, but we learn how to meditate. We learn how to do certain breathing exercises. We learn so many different things. We have wellness instructors, workout instructors. Queen Afua came on and gave a word a few times. I mean, it's really powerful. And yeah, so if you're wanting to join that, and I do consultations and all of that. So if you go to the website, you can book a consultation with me. Again, stay tuned for all of the great things we have coming up. Of course, I have my book, Eat Yourself Sexy, the Goddess Edition, which you can check out at Amazon.com, or you can actually go to my other website, www.
Wait, hold up. How does sexy connect to food? Eat Yourself Sexy.
It's all sexy. You know how? It's because it's an inside job. Right? It starts within. If you start to eat all of your greens, naturally, the organs in your body begin to aliven. You begin to walk different. You begin to talk differently. The grace begins to exude from inside out. And so that is very sexy. Then, and of course, you're eating all this life. Your physique looks amazing. Look at you, Queen. And I tell you all the time, you are so fit. You look so good. She has muscles, y'all. Okay, let me just. She's muscles. Covered up. Queen, don't even start. Queen, don't even start.
Don't say the phrase. Okay, I'm getting too excited. Let me just calm down.
You know what?
Right. Well,
you know good and well.
This is our.
I'm gonna say happy birthday to you.
Honey, this is our birthday time for everyone who would like to celebrate with us on this Leo season.
It is Leo season the whole month.
We're going to
because the gates
What's
are
the
open.
website? The
website is www.queenofgreendetox.com and laurenvonderpool.com. If you want to check out the book, go to laurenvonderpool.com. If you want to sign up for the 21-day Eat Yourself Sexy Challenge, if you want to get a consultation, go to the queenofgreendetox.com and you can sign up today.
Wonderful. And last month we had we worked together and I provided the products.
Yes, people had such great feedback. People had such great feedback for that. So we're excited to maybe do that again when this next one starts up or anytime in the future. It was amazing. Of course, Queen, I just, I love and adore you. I'm just so grateful to have you in my life. And I just feel like your products are A1. They are the top of the line. They're so good. The Breath of Life, where's my Breath of Life? I keep it in my purse. Okay, I keep my Breath of Life with me at all times.
Don't go anywhere without it, particularly during this season that we're in. This season of global transformation, everybody has to go natural and holistic. I will see you on the fly, on the run, on the charge, on the sun.
I'm glad to be here.
I'm so excited about what you have for this world. And I had a conversation with you because today we're dedicating this day to art, to the healing of our hearts. And that's what you brought. But what I heard when you spoke to me the other day, you spoke about your mother and your mother's journey, which was your journey. Right. Could you give us a little bit about who you are from your, you know who you are as you walk. And then let's go into Mama's heart. Okay. Let's go into Mama's heart. But just share with us your work as a poet, a master healing poet. What brings you to that?
So I started writing when I was 12. I first hit the stage as a performance artist at the age of 14. I always had this fiery in me, and I always had this need to express myself, but just didn't know how I would approach that. So I just decided to hit the stage randomly on my own, unannounced, unexpected, and that changed my life forever. And so my mom also dibbled and dabbled in poetry. As I told you, I was in her belly. She came to New York in 1990, and then she crossed over the bridge and gave herself as a refugee.
And she came here pregnant with you? She was traveling with you?
She was pregnant with me. Yeah, she fled the Civil War while I was in her belly in the late 90s, ended up in New York. Didn't like it so much. Sorry to my Americans. And then she gave herself as a refugee over to the Canadians at the border and literally walked pregnant across the bridge with me in her belly and started her life here in Toronto, Canada.
Now, before you go further, what led your mother to leave in that state? She's pregnant and she's leaving and she's going alone. What brought that to be?
The country was on fire. There's a civil war happening. So a lot of people, a lot of Somalis, there's a very high rate of Somalis who had fled in the 90s, 1990 and 1991. So a lot of the Somalis in the United States and in Canada who are here because their parents had fled the civil war.
Mm. And so now it's you and your mom, you grew up, what I've learned about Somalians is that it's their poetry. Because that makes like you have a legacy inside of you. You're not someone who studied poetry and then you grew into it. It was in you already, and it was in the culture. When you explained it, poetry is in the art, is in the all ceremonies. Could you share that with us?
Yeah. So there's different forms of poetry in Somali, and we have some very well-renowned poets in Somali who actually do the formatted and structured poetry. But you know, when we are celebrating in Somalia, there is something called, for example, Burambur, where the women gather in a circle and do a form of poetry where they are praising the bride's and the groom's family, drums and everything. And, you know, when we're grieving, we use poetry as a mechanism as well. When we come together, we will celebrate in the form of poetry. So different celebrations and different aspects of our lives, we use poetry as a tool to express, to share, to love, to communicate. So that's a very, very vital tool in the country of Somalia.
So I you know, to be a poet, the question I had to bring up the question because I'm an entrepreneur.
Right.
So how are you able to accomplish being a poet and to sustain yourself financially and take care of you and your mother? What happened? How did you do that? Share your secrets, your gifts. Besides, it's in your blood.
Right.
You're able to do it full time.
Absolutely. So there's a lot of people who are poets, of course, who don't get to a place where it can financially sustain them. But I trusted myself. I knew that this was the realm for me. I knew that I couldn't do a 9-to-5. I knew that being an artist and being a free-spirited person, it's really hard to keep ourselves or maintain ourselves into a bubble or structure society. So we want to work as we do. You know, we are people who work from our hearts. We work from our souls. We move with how we feel. So, you know, being a poet, I knew that I had to maintain myself, and to maintain myself, I have to do what my heart wants to do. And so as a poet, I just trusted my journey. I trusted my ability. I took that, I wrote it, and you know, thankfully, to the mercy of God, it was able to, you know, carry me into different realms, into different worlds, and just be the thing that sustains me. So I'm entirely grateful. It doesn't work for a lot of people, you know, in terms of financially. And so they call us the starving artists, or a lot of people call themselves starving artists because, you know, we're not soulfully starving. We might be financially starving, some of us, but we're not soulfully starving. And so, you know, that is what sustains us in all forms.
Mm-hmm. Well, that is so supernatural. And so making that adjustment to be here, being in Canada and getting on the stage from another country to Canada, when was your first, like, when we consider your break, when things just opened up for you in your art and your poetry?
When people wanted to pay this Black woman for her art, which was about my teen years. And so, you know, as artists, when we're performing, there's something that's so gratifying about having people listen to what we have to say. And not just that, just the reciprocity of people in art. And so I would say about the age of 19 years old, that is the moment and the height of when my career changed in the arts.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that is so powerful. We'd love to hear one of your pieces. Kind of set us up, what the piece that you're going to share with us, set us up and say why it came through you, and then just go there. Share that.
Okay, so this piece is actually called Who Am I? And at one point it was actually some kind of a challenge that was going around socially, where people were doing pieces on who they are. And, you know, some people did it very simplistically, others did it depthfully, talked about who they genuinely were, their struggles. And so the piece that I did is, I guess it's going to speak for itself. It's going to speak for itself. So I'm just going to get right into it. Okay. Who am I? I am the thing the world ain't figure out yet. 1,000 deaths curtsied to my feet in gratitude. I am everything's poem. Still trying to find the nooks for which all of me belongs. Black Orient, all of grace, a protest, a riot, a gathering, still a Black woman trying to write a poem and find my place in it. I am what came during the years of despondency, both in light and in rage. A million children asking God for anything but this. I am the horn and all of its 5 points. I am woman, Somali. I am 1991, wrapped tightly into the arms of the diaspora. I am origin, blood uncolonized for the sake of God. I sit at the feet of Hawataka in poem. I am the ocean swallowing Moqdisho's history and spitting it out into its most beautiful destruction. My God, this is what comes of women who are so divinely into culture and then asked to say it all in English. I am the Wargada wall, history decimated for the sake of survival. I am the prosperous tongue, so graceful in how it tells you to remember. I am every synonym for refusal. I am everything you tried to soften, but how the hell you gonna soften a Black woman? I am Shabela the Hosset. I am threefold of culture. I am woman, Black in grace, always.
You get a double snap. Thank you very much. Okay. Wow. I am that I am. Don't nobody stop the Black woman from coming through. It's what time it is. We're coming through.
Yes.
Wow.
We all way here. We in the building. We have arrived.
We have arrived. Well, that's a good thing because we represent medicine. And when we are in our full state, we bring the medicine, the healing, art, medicine. You can bring it all together when your medicine is your art and your art is your medicine, and you know who you're speaking to. You know, get that level of clarity. But it starts from within. How did you even connect the healing art and women? How did it all come together?
So, you know, as women, we are people who are naturally very expressive people. So the idea of poetry, well, poetry itself and in its form is a very transformative tool. And, you know, as women, we are naturally very revolutionary beings. So the coming together of poetry and my womanness, well, they actually go hand in hand because as a poet, I'm speaking of my womanhood. I'm speaking of my struggles. I'm speaking of my joys. I'm speaking of what, you know, causes me to be elated. I'm also speaking about my sorrows. I'm speaking about my history. I'm speaking about the world that brought me here and the world that sustains me. So to be woman and to be poet are the coming together of two very strong forces. And to be honest, we are, you know, there's a quote that I think it was written by John Keats where he says, poets are the midwives of reality. And so that strikes me in a different way. But the coming together of being woman and poetry is to be human. It is to be art. It is to be creative. So those are two forces that create me as Ifrah Hussein.
It also creates social justice.
Absolutely.
Because when you speak, it's an uprise. That's what there was always a poem that went with every social change or a transformation or transition. There was always a song that came. Art always came forward in the social movement. And so thank you for bringing your art, your life, your experience as an African Somalian woman, your strength, your courage, and you're being a beautiful daughter to your mother, taking care of your mother. And that's our culture. And so we just lift you up. I was just, when I spoke to you, I was just so inclined to give you a gift. And this gift is a gift for the whole Somalian women race, all the nation of the Somali women. And the gift is to you. Through you, they receive, and you speak it. And so the Global Sacred Women Village wants to give you the gift of the Sacred Women Rites of Passage. For it is a healing movement that resonates. You will feel like, oh, I have 200 sisters. And we're on the same path. And we're artists. And we're entrepreneurs. And we're liberators. And we're medicine women for our families. So we have a circle to empower you and strengthen you on your journey. And for you, we give the love to all our Somalian women. And may we create peace now. May our vibrations come to such a level through our prayers and our poetry and our dance and our song and our unity that we will all be free and there'll be no more women suffering in the world. Thank you so much. So much love to you. So much love to you and your mother. Give thanks.
I appreciate you more than you know. Have a wonderful and beautiful and joyful day.
Thank you to all my subscribers. We are giving away a free 7-day detox kit when we reach our milestone goal of 50,000 subscribers to this channel. To enter for your chance to win, all you have to do is subscribe to our channel, like and comment on this video, and we will choose the winner from the comments section. Thank you for growing with us. Ashe.